this is what I have left over. The clutches that are rebuilt. 4 of these wafers that came out of the reverse. 4 of these forwards that are completely bare. And I have 4 steels. And 1 left over out of the kit. I'll just throw that aside. Now I bought 3 new steels, okay? So I got 4 left over. Now I'm gonna I got 2 filler gauges set up. So this is the forward. I got a 26 and an 8. 34. I double checked it, and here's what happened. So even if I raise this up and I look, the snap ring comes down. So I got to hold the snap ring up. It's a snug fit. So I got 34. The reverse. Same thing. If you don't hold it up, just going like that doesn't do it. I can see it. So I'm going to hold it up. I have 63, an 18, a 20, and a 25. So now I'm going to take these apart. I'm going to loosen this. I'm going to turn the camera off, turn it back on. I can't get the snap rings off as fast as you. Okay, I have the snap rings apart. I'm just going to measure them. 75. 75. They've all been pretty consistent. We'll do the reverse. Starting at the bottom. Thin steel, wafer, steel, wafer, steel, wafer. Start over. Run out of room here. Steel, wafer, what you call pressure plate. I think the book calls both these pressure plates. I'm not positive on that, but anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. So there's 4. 4 and 4 and this. We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4. Forward. Bottom. That's the round one on the bottom. 1. Oh, we'll count them afterwards, because I don't. You're using a little bit different terms than in the book, so I'm confused. So we're just going to set. Okay, I'll just put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess what you're saying is, it makes sense. Because this one, I guess you're not calling that a steel. The bottom one has a regular steel, this one has the round. Lay this out again. Again, it's terminology. This one just has a thinner one, so if you count it that way, it's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I guess it's the terminology. Now I'm gonna pull the book out. I want to double check what I'm saying here. Yeah, in the book they call that okay, well, on the forward clutch, that's a lower pressure plate, that's an upper pressure plate. But on the reverse, they call that, you call it a steel, they call it a driven. Again, it doesn't matter, it's just that's what probably everybody in the industry calls it. But if I never talked to anybody in the industry, I wouldn't know that. So in this case, pressure plate, your driven plate. So yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, I understand what you're saying. But still, here's what I was getting at in the first place. I bought 3 new steels for the forward. I have 4 left over. One, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where this one came from. Maybe I mixed one of the new ones with one of the old ones. So I'll have to check that for flatness. But yeah, that's the problem I've been saying all along. Let me think. What are you saying? No, I guess I understand what you're saying. No, this is the forward. Let's see. Again, it's the terminology that I'm getting confused on. So that's what it is on the reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's what you said. It's just confusing to me. There's 4 steels, as you call them, or I guess the book calls them as drivens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this apart real fast. I think you were saying watch out for, I gotta go back and look at your video. Seems to me that this is a different one than you're showing in your book. I mean, in your video. So again, this you gotta be careful with. Beveled, shortened edge on the bottom. I don't know why that's there, but it's there. So that goes down. I think you were saying here. I'm gonna go back and watch the video right after this, but that is perfectly perfect. Okay, I can't remember what I said about the stator, but there's your video right there. I can't remember what I said. That is perfect. Nothing wrong at all. Do that again. This one has a dot, a stamp, like a 30-second low. That was the way I took it apart. But I can't tell if there's any difference. I haven't cleaned this yet, obviously. As for the servos, there's no hole here. Again, I can't remember your picture because I've been working on other stuff, but there is a hole there. There's no hole there, but there is a hole there. But my question was not about the servos. I might have said servo, but that's not what I meant. My question was, how does the piston come up in the clutch? I asked the question intelligently now because I can't see it, but I didn't see any holes in the bottom of that piston to push it up. The only thing I saw, and this is what I was saying, that relief valve or that thing that you shake, that clicker, that was the only way I saw fluid could get underneath there. But maybe it's going through these holes. There's a hole in the bottom, like in the bottom of this, and there's a hole right there where it's not together. I do see a hole right there, a really small hole right there. Anyway, that was the question. So I guess either fluid, in this one, fluid must go through that hole and push up. And then the springs push it back down. Man, that is a really tiny hole right there. Maybe that's not even a hole. Maybe that's something on there. No, that's a hole. These seals are, I'll call them rings. They're all loose there and on the stator. The other question, and I'm sure I'm going to find it when I go back through your videos. I kind of assembled this as a trial, but this one right here, I could not pinpoint where it goes. I'm sure if I go back, like I said, if I go through your videos, I'm sure I'm going to find it. This is about 2.98. That's about 1.67, and this is about 0.0715. The other question, I don't know if I can't remember, but this is worn. Let's see, what is the question? That was worn, and the replacement I got just doesn't have that copper look. I mean, is that right? I don't know. I don't know. Besides that, everything else I always say this, but everything else I think I understand. So looking at this book, I don't know if you can see the numbers and the terms below. I'll zoom up. Where does that one go? Again, I think I just have to go through the video again. I just don't see where that goes. That's it. If you see anything else that you think I screwed up on, let me. Here's the vacuum modulator. Again, I don't think this matters, but you've been doing this forever, so. Vacuum modulator pin. 0.1225. 0.12. Okay, 0.1225. So 0.12. .68. Again, if this was right or wrong, I would never know. This is what came out, so we have to assume it's right. I don't know if somebody else has been in here, and here's the valve. Haven't cleaned this stuff yet. So to end this, the only thing that I found wrong is that the clutch plates on the forward were gone. The steels, as you call them, were warped. The spring was broken. This spring was broken. I didn't track it down. I could probably look at that that sheet you have that has all the spring sizes, and then this thing. Don't know where that goes. I just had an idea. The modulator. What did I just do with the modulator? No, that's a completely different diameter. But this is an interesting piece. It's got round on both ends. It's not broken. The only thing I could think of, there's little balls or pins in here, but these are, let me get that, where is that? No, those are a lot bigger. Have no clue where that came from. And these all look fine, everything looks fine. Don't see any problems. Everything I just said is the only thing I've found. Wasn't rusted bad. I just think the clutches went out, like you said, somebody was in a rut and they were trying to get out of it and they burned up the clutch. And if you watch this far, it's hard to watch somebody else's video, I know. Plus, you probably got 1,000 people asking questions, but that's a 76 Trans Am that I rebuilt from ground up. Again, it's just something to do. I don't even really care about driving these cars. It's just the challenge to do it. Oh yeah, and the end plate. So that's the really only thing I found wrong. So far, valve body was good, except maybe that's where the spring came from. I think that's where it fell out of. Maybe I'll think about that some more, that little broken spring. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.